Everyone thinks they know what killed the dinosaurs, right? An asteroid smashed into Earth and boom! No more T-Rex. It's common knowledge. Kids draw it in kindergarten. Dinosaurs beneath a fiery rock falling from the sky. But hold on. If the asteroid hit one side of the planet, why did dinosaurs on the opposite side die too? Something doesn't add up. Today we're going deeper than ever before, not just into whether an asteroid caused the extinction, but exactly how and why it happened. And trust me, the truth is far more catastrophic and mind-blowing than you've ever been told. Before we begin, a heads up. This story includes intense scenes, mass extinction, fire raining from the sky, the near collapse of life itself. No humans were harmed, but billions of other creatures were. It's heavy. So take a breath with me. Imagine you're walking through a cool, peaceful forest. It rained yesterday. The air is fresh. Sunlight filters through the leaves. You're surrounded by tall green trees, wildflowers, mushrooms, birdsong, and a soft breeze. Hold on to that feeling. You'll need it later. This is the asteroid that changed Earth, and we begin now. Dinosaurs once ruled this planet. For millions of years, Earth belonged to them. Some were small, some were massive. Some had feathers, some didn't. They roamed land, swam in oceans, and soared through the skies, and now they're gone. So how do we know all this? It all comes down to fossils. Buried deep in Earth's layers, we find bones turned to stone. And with radiometric dating, we can tell how old those bones are. Not to the day, but accurate within millions of years. This gives us a timeline. And here's what we see. Dinosaurs thrived for 134 million years. We find fossils from 200 million years ago, right up to 66 million years ago. Then suddenly, nothing. After that point, the fossil record goes silent. Dinosaurs weren't alone back then. The world teemed with insects, marine life, plants, and early mammals. Like Repenomamus, a furry, dog-sized creature, kind of like a super rat. Not a dinosaur, but extinct all the same. Roughly 3/4 of all animal species vanished at the same moment, 66 million years ago. On a biodiversity graph, the line plunges off a cliff. This was a mass extinction event, one of 5 major ones in Earth's history. And it wasn't even the worst. The worst extinction? That happened long before the dinosaurs. 252 million years ago, Earth experienced what scientists call the Great Dying. Nearly 96% of all species were wiped out. Imagine that. Life itself is almost vanishing from the planet. It took millions of years for ecosystems to recover. The cause? Not an asteroid, but volcanoes. Massive eruptions released staggering amounts of greenhouse gases. Global temperatures soared, oceans acidified, the planet essentially baked. It was a slow, brutal unraveling. For much of the 20th century, the dinosaur extinction remained mysterious, until a father-son team made a discovery that changed everything. In the late 1970s, physicist Luis Alvarez and his son Walter, a geologist, were studying rock layers in Italy. Walter noticed something odd, a thin layer of clay separating fossil-rich rocks from those nearly lifeless. They had the clay analyzed. What they found was shocking, high levels of iridium. That's a rare metal on Earth, but common in meteorites. The story these layers told was stunning. Vibrant life, then iridium, then silence. Could something from space have caused the extinction? Let's return to our forest for a moment. Feel the breeze. Watch a bird land gently on a branch. Breathe. Other sites across the world confirmed the same pattern. Spain, New Mexico, New Zealand all showed the same iridium-rich layer perfectly aligned with the dinosaur extinction. In 1980, the Alvarezes proposed a bold theory. An asteroid had struck Earth and wiped out the dinosaurs. At first, most scientists rejected it. Mass extinction from a single event? It sounded too abrupt, too dramatic. Besides, where was the crater? Turns out Earth's surface doesn't stay still for 66 million years. Landscapes shift, oceans rise, craters disappear. But eventually scientists found it, the Chicxulub crater, buried beneath Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. It's massive, 150 kilometers wide and 20 kilometers deep. You could drop Mount Everest into it and still have room to spare. Radiometric dating confirmed it. This was the crater, and the impact lined up perfectly with the extinction. This was the smoking gun. Now, imagine this. 66 million years ago, the dinosaurs had no idea what was coming. No telescopes, no warnings, just a normal day. Then, an object the size of Mount Everest slammed into Earth at 70,000 kilometers per hour. That's 20 kilometers per second. Faster than a speeding bullet by a lot. It wasn't falling, it was fired from the cosmos. As it tore through the atmosphere, the surrounding air turned to plasma. The impact zone, thousands of kilometers wide, reached temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. Dinosaurs nearby never even felt it. They were vaporized in an instant. Then came the shock wave, flattening forests, tossing multi-ton animals like leaves in a storm. The sound alone would have ruptured organs. Let's pause again. Remember our forest? The quiet shade? The bird song? Take a moment. The asteroid struck dry land. The sea had already vaporized from the heat. The energy was staggering, more than 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. Earth's crust rippled like water. A giant central peak rose and collapsed. Superheated rock was flung into space. And then came the tsunami. Waves taller than skyscrapers crashed onto every shore. But that wasn't the end. Across the globe, the sky lit up. Molten debris rained back down through the atmosphere. The air itself turned into an oven. For minutes, Earth's surface reached 200 degrees Celsius, hot enough to ignite every forest, every plant, every blade of grass. A global firestorm erupted. Oxygen levels plummeted. Animals suffocated or burned alive. The only survivors? Those who were deep underground, in water, or protected by thick rock and soil. Large dinosaurs had no chance. But smaller creatures? They had a shot. Then came the darkness. Ash, soot, and aerosols filled the skies, blocking out the sun for years. Global temperatures collapsed. Photosynthesis stopped. Plants died. The food chain unraveled. Big animals starved. Herbivores first, then carnivores. But small creatures, rodents, lizards, amphibians, required little food. A single seed could keep them alive. They were adaptable, omnivorous, and already used to foraging in the dark. When the skies cleared, Earth had changed forever. So, who survived? Our ancestors, tiny mammals, no bigger than rats. They lived underground, ate anything, and needed little to survive. And birds. Yes, birds are dinosaurs. Scientifically speaking, they're Maniraptoran theropods, a subgroup of theropod dinosaurs. So in a very real sense, dinosaurs never fully went extinct. There are more bird species alive today than mammals. The age of dinosaurs isn't over, it just looks different. But wait, was it only the asteroid? Some scientists argue volcanic activity played a role too. The Deccan traps in India were erupting massively at the same time. These eruptions released tons of greenhouse gases, gradually stressing ecosystems long before the asteroid arrived. Most researchers now believe it was a 1-2 punch. Volcanoes weakened the biosphere, and the asteroid delivered the final blow. Either way, it was Earth's worst day in 100 million years. So, what can we learn? First, dominance means nothing in the face of catastrophe. Dinosaurs ruled for 100 million years, and in a single day, it ended. Second, survival favors adaptability, not size or strength. Third, we owe our existence to chance. Had the asteroid missed, mammals might never have risen. Humans might not exist, and finally, life is resilient. After every mass extinction, life comes back. It diversifies, it finds a way. But today, we're facing a sixth mass extinction driven by us. Unlike the dinosaurs, we have knowledge. We can change course. Next time you see a bird outside your window, remember, you're looking at a dinosaur. Its ancestors survived the worst day this planet ever faced. The story of the asteroid isn't just about death, it's about rebirth. From cosmic fire and freezing darkness came the world we live in today. And from that ancient disaster came us. In cosmic terms, we are the children of that asteroid. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Earth's past, hit subscribe for more. Until next time.